Yo guys, what is going on? It's Lukey here and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a few tips to improve your accuracy on Black Ops 4. Now before we get into this video, if you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a sub and a like. I do really appreciate it. But anyway, let's just get straight into this. So the number one tip, or these are not in any order to how important they are by the way, but the first tip is going to be to practice against objects. Now you guys might not know what I mean about that. So for example, let's say you just go into custom games and let's say there's a bin on the map. Just practice your aim against the bin. So for example, you could be running past the bin and try to snap on the bin or the barrel or whatever you guys want to. You guys can pick any object whatsoever, but basically just literally run around the map and snap onto targets. Like say for example you're running and you see like a window, try to snap onto that window or something like that. You guys should know what I mean. A lot of people do this. I do it quite a lot, to be fair. I don't do it anymore because my accuracy is already good, but I did used to do it back in like Black Ops 2 and stuff like that when I was kind of new at Call of Duty, just to improve my accuracy, and now my accuracy is actually pretty good. But anyway, the next one is also going to be practice against bots and warm up on bots. So for example, when you come on the first, usually a lot of people just hop straight into public match even if they're not warmed up and are not ready, and this can be a massive drawback to you because if you're a new kind of player and you're not used to Call of Duty yet, then if you hop straight into public matches, then there might be a lot of players better than you, and it might be harder for you guys to actually improve your accuracy because the players are better than you. So it is a good idea to actually play against some bots in private match, and just practice against those, and just that will honestly make your accuracy so much better. So for example, every single day when you get on to play Call of Duty, just play one quick match of team deathmatch or something against a few bots in private match, and trust me, you'll see a massive difference and it will definitely warm you up quite a lot. But anyway, the next one is going to be pretty obvious, and that is just going to be to play more. I thought I'd add this one in the video. I know it's pretty obvious, you have to play more to become a better player. You can't just play one game or just overnight and expect to get better at the game. You are going to have to play often, because if you play more often, obviously then you're going to get more used to the game, you're going to get more used to the sensitivity, you're going to get more used to how certain weapons work, and that is another thing I want to talk about. A lot of weapons have different sensitivities, a different recoil pattern, so let's say for example the Spitfire, it is one of the most fastest fire rate weapons in the game. So with this weapon, as it has the fastest fire rate in the game, it's going to have an insane recoil pattern and it will kick up so much. Now if you are new to the game and you struggle with controlling your recoil, I recommend you guys not using weapons such as the Spitfire and just weapons with a higher recoil pattern, so like the Cordite or the Spitfire, stuff like that. It's mainly SMGs, but the next thing I'd like to mention is if you are trying to use weapons that have no recoil so you guys can improve your accuracy, then for example one of the weapons is the GKS, and that is the weapon I am using in the gameplay in the background. I do actually drop a nuclear in this gameplay, and also obviously one of the next ones, pretty much every person uses this, it's very overused, and that is the ICR with double grip. Now a lot of people do use this weapon and it does annoy quite a lot of people, but trust me, if you are struggling with your aim, then there's no harm in just using it, just so you guys can get a little bit better. And obviously that weapon and GKS does have attachments such as double grip on it, which will make your recoil non-existent, and you'll basically be able to laser beam people across the map. So trust me, if you guys have not yet, then make sure to go ahead and use those weapons. Now the next tip is going to be to pre-aim around corners or to pre-aim in high traffic areas. So a lot of the times in the gameplay in the background, for example, you'll see me pre-aim places because I know that there should be people there. So even if there's not people there, you should still pre-aim just in case there is, so then that means you're going to be ready for the gunfight before the next person is. As you can see right here in the gameplay in the background, this is an example there. Unfortunately there was like 4 people there, so I did die, But before I went around that corner, I pre-aimed ready, so I was ready for anyone to come into my sights, and I was ready to kill them if they did. Now unfortunately there was 4 people there, so I did die, and it is on hardcore, so it was a lot harder. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys just pre-aiming pretty much around most corners. So there, for example, I just aimed down the sight there because there could potentially be a person there. Now most of the times there isn't a person, but if there is no harm in being ready for that gunfight, so you're going to be on top. There is another example for right there. Before I went around that corner, I pre-aimed, and there was actually a person there. He was standing on a rock, and I was able to quickly kill him and quickly snap onto his target because I was ready and I was already pre-aimed in. There's another example right there as well. I'm already aiming in, ready for those people to come around the corner. But anyway, the last one is going to be have the right sensitivity. Now personally, the sensitivity I use is a 6/6. Now every single person has a different sensitivity because they might prefer higher sensitivities, like in Black Ops 2 and stuff like that. I used to use the highest sensitivity, and trust me, nowadays I use a 6/6 or a 7/7 sensitivity instead, and I have noticed my accuracy has become a ton better. Trust me, it is definitely worth just messing around with your sensitivity. A lot of people don't bother changing their sensitivity in their settings because if they're a new player they might not know how to, but I recommend just going into a game, let's say start at like a 5/5 sensitivity. If you think that is too slow, then switch it up by 1 each day, and eventually you'll find your perfect sensitivity. But anyway, that has been it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a sub and a like, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.